Shalom, this is Neighborhood Link Network. In the last weeks, we have been considering the series Manual for Living. And on our last episode, we saw one of the common responses of people, of many, whenever they are confronted with the question, who is your creator? We saw that many people, not just young, but old as well, believe for one reason or the other that their parents are responsible for their existence. And I was able to challenge this mindset. It is not right to say that your parents are the reason for your existence. Your parents are simply vehicles, in fact, perfect vehicles for that matter, that have been put in place by God to continue humanity. It is a system put in place in the wisdom of the Almighty to continue humanity, to bring about multiplication of His products, human. So, to believe that your parents are the reason for your existence is an insult, a dishonor to God. Again, we saw that whoever you believe to be responsible for your existence, whoever you believe to be your producer or maker, is responsible to make available the manual for you to function adequately. So if you believe that your parents are the reason for your existence, then we owe them responsible to make available your manual. And this is one of the greatest reasons for the chaos we have in this generation, because many parents have established themselves. Do not think it robbery to take the place of God, presented themselves before their offspring as their God. Many parents have failed to direct the attention of their children to God. They have failed to introduce the gift of God under their roof to the God who gave them. And so they have done so much that have resulted in failure over and over to providing manuals for their children to live by. And this is the root. This is the root of the chaos, of the problem, the failure that humanity is facing right now. You are not a product of your parents. Your parents are simply God's medium. They are simply perfect medium channels put in place by God to bring about multiplication of His products, humanity. In fact, parents have no idea how baby form in the womb. This is what God said to a young guy. He said, I have been thinking about you even before you became a thing, even before you became a substance in your mother's womb. I mean, it was a revival. In the last episode, I challenge you to go sit down and watch that episode. In case you haven't, go on our YouTube channel displaying on the screen right now. After this break, we'll be looking at our focus for this week. And of course, it is a continuation of another response that have been provided by humanity whenever they are confronted with the question, who is your creator? In fact, this answer is very, very pathetic. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Quickly, I like to give this hint to parents and children. It is an undisputable fact that parents are not responsible for the making of their children. They are simply an avenue, a channel through which God has decided to bring children to earth to multiply His product. Now to the children. This does not mean in no way that you deny your parents the honor that they so much deserve. In fact, it is a divine mandate for you to give to your parents in the Lord honor. You are to respect, you are to honor them as a representative of God. Now to parents, you deserve honor, respect from your children. But the way to get this honor from them is never to establish yourself before them as God. It's never to draw attention to yourself as their maker, as their all in all. The greatest way, in fact, it is a very simple way to get your children's respect, to get honor from them, is to draw their attention towards their maker, is to take them, present them in all ways to their maker. This is a guaranteed way to get the honor you deserve from them. Listen, parents, to present yourself as Lord or God and Creator and Maker to your children is to rebel against God. It is a breach of divine contract. And the pathetic thing about this is that many parents do so ignorantly. The way they carry themselves, they present themselves before their children with good intention, with the intention to be responsible, to be good mother and father to their children. They do so at the expense of God's duty, of God's right over those children. Many parents want to be great parents to their children, and they turn out becoming enemies of God ignorantly. You need God, the owner of this gift, to become the best parents to your children. There is a gift of God living with you. There is a gift of God. There is a seed of God right under your roof. Your children are God's heritage. You need God, totally God's help, to become the kind of parent you need to become to those children. You can't do it by being smart. You can't do it by being rich. You can't do it by being whatever. You can only be the super mom, you can only be the super dad by acknowledging God in your parenting skill, in your parenting duties and responsibility. So this week, our focus is to consider another terrible, horrible, disheartening response that have been provided by many to the question, who is your creator? I mean, many people are fond of simply saying confidently or or ignorantly, whichever it is, they'll say, I don't know, when asked, who is your creator? I mean, this is so sweet in the mouth of many. They simply say, I don't know. I don't have an idea. What do you want me to say? But after pondering on what could be the reason for such disheartening response, how can you say you don't know who is responsible for your existence? At times I am tempted to say this is the worst response so far, but there is none of those responses that can be considered as fair. They are all wrong answers to give when asked who is responsible for your creator. To say evolution or Big Bang, to say your parents, or say I have no idea is not right. It is an insult to God, your creator. So, what are some of the reasons responsible for a person to utter such statement when asked who is your creator? To say I don't know. I mean, the major one that I stumbled on is that many people do not like to disturb others. I mean, many people fancy the idea of living in a world where they are not disturbance to somebody, and so they get in return no disturbance. I don't know where that is possible, but this is the reason. Can you believe it? This is the reason many will simply say, as a way of shying away from somebody's else opinion, from comments from somebody. They say, I don't know. They are afraid to say God. They don't even want to say evolution. These people want to stay on the fence. But do you know, in the matter of purpose, in fact, as far as human being is concerned, there is no such thing as fence. You cannot sit on the fence as far as the issue of purpose of creation is concerned. This fence does not exist. You cannot simply say it away. I don't know. Have you ever found yourself in a situation, in an environment, in the circle of people that pressurizes you to want to say, I don't know, I have no idea, to questions that are very vital, to a vital question? I have been tempted on several occasions to say, I have no further thing to say, to say I have no question, or to say I don't know, even when I do, even when I have so much to say. Sometimes I even give as an excuse to that situation, I just want to get done. I want to be done with this situation. I can't wait for this old drama to stop, to be over. And as a result, you give the wrong answer, response. You give the wrong reaction to a vital situation. You give the wrong answer to a vital situation. Sometimes you even thought best to keep silence. You know, they say silence is the best answer. Silence, you can't get it wrong with silence. But to a situation as vital as who is your creator, silence is a very wrong answer. You can't keep silence. You can't say you don't know. You can't say you have no idea. You can only say one thing and one thing only. It is either God or you are in trouble. Shalom.